I will, again, on this issue of the vaccine and the mandate. Number one, I'm not opposed to vaccines. I am opposed to mandates. I think you need to make that decision. In fact, we're going to be talking about that tonight on our Pray Vote Stand. Coming back with the next series of season of Pray Vote Stand. That'll be tonight, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. You can tune in at prayvotestand.org. But I would encourage you to be praying about this issue of where our nation is, how divided we are as a nation. It's troubling times. I'm not saying we don't need to compromise. We need to be prayerful in the positions that we take, but work to bring this nation back to where it needs to be. And a part of that is understanding we're in a spiritual battle. It's not an issue of compromising truth. It is an issue of standing for truth, but knowing that the battles that we are fighting go way beyond just the political realm. Well, joining me now to talk about some of that aspects of the political realm, Brent Keilen, the Vice President of FRC Action, talk here to give us an update on what took place in California yesterday. Brent, welcome back to Washington Watch.
Thank you, Tony. Good to be with you.
All right, so a lot of focus on California and the recall of Governor Gavin Newsom, and that didn't happen. He was able to retain, it appears, they're still counting votes, but Larry Elder, who was the leading candidate, I think has conceded. So tell us what took place there.
So you're right, Tony. This was the big political story on across the nation over the last couple of months. There was a lot of energy in California that emerged in opposition to Governor Gavin Newsom's policies. This was in relation to a number of particular issues. We have his response to COVID, his management of wildfires out there, lockdowns as it relates to churches and people of faith, on faith and family issues that we work on at FRC, really bad on those issues as well. So a lot of issues converged, a lot of energy in opposition to those. So they actually got enough signatures to put this on the ballot. There's steps you have to go through to meet that threshold. They met that, got way more than enough signatures. So yesterday was the actual vote. As you mentioned, it does look like he is going to walk away with the victory there. The numbers I'm seeing right now, we have about 70% of the ballots in California. It takes a while to count 100% of the ballots, but he's up very, very significant margin. About 28 points is his current margin last time I looked. So he has been declared the winner. Had he been recalled, question 2 would have kicked in, question who should replace him. Larry Elder won that one, and Larry Elder has in fact conceded. So they were able to get this on the ballot, force a vote on this, but it does look like Governor Newsom is going to walk away with the victory on this one.
All right, Brent, we just have a couple more minutes, but a couple of observations here from my perspective. This is only the second time that they've had a recall of a governor, so that's a significant step there that they got this onto the ballot. Secondly is that we read about this, we saw it, we've talked about it here. Significant engagement by the church. The churches there in California, because of the overreach with the lockdowns and the way they handled the coronavirus, they were a large part of the recall and a large part of supporting Larry Elder. Is it anticipated now that Governor Newsom is going to take retribution maybe with these overreaching mandates from government and maybe moving back to lockdowns?
Tony, there's two sides to that, and we're going to have to monitor that. We simply don't know for sure yet. The one side of the fact is that we know Governor Newsom and his team would have rather not had to work through a recall election. It took a lot of time, a lot of energy away from the types of things and the policies, the initiatives they would have preferred to be putting their time into. Also, numbers as of today are showing it took $80 million of people spending for Newsom to keep him there. Actually, his side outspent opposition 5-1. That's $80 million that couldn't go towards other things. And so even former California Governor Schwarzenegger said he thinks that Newsom has had to take this seriously. And obviously, former Governor Schwarzenegger in California knows a thing or two about recalls. So that's the one side of the coin. You would hope that them going through this much would force him to say, you know what, I've got to take those concerns seriously. But Tony, as you point out, California has been very unreserved, if I can put it that way, on lockdowns with churches. Given the size of the victory, they could say, you know what, we won by a sizable margin. We now have free reign to do what we want. That is a possibility. So churches are going to have to prepare for that.
Yeah, and we're going to have to watch that very carefully. Brent, we're out of time. Thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it.